I have the hook and the vise. Again, I have pinched the barb. The fly shank has been dressed with tying thread. People ask me a lot, why do you dress that? Because if you were to tie that fly on a bare hook shank, it would have a tendency to slip and rotate. Now the first thing I'm going to tie on this fly is called a Lady McConnell. It is a Brian Chan fly out of British Columbia, used mostly in lakes. The first thing I tie on is a piece of white Zelon. That's an undertail. The tail itself is going to be a longer piece of grizzly hackle. And I think, and I haven't talked to Brian about this, and I haven't been able to find out for sure, but I think this represents a trailing shuck. That Zelon underneath this fly gives it just that little bit of sparkle, which makes it really nice. I want to take just a small piece of deer skin or deer hair. Now, there are two ways this fly is tied. I'm going to tie one of them. I will explain the other one. It's very simple, but I will tie this one and then we'll see what happens with it. I'm going to tie it with the tips to the rear, and I may have to tie this in a couple of times till I get the measurement right. We'll see. All right, I'm going to just take 2 or 3 loose wraps there. I'm going to go ahead and cut most of those butts off. And then I'm going to fold that deer hair over the top and see how long it is. That's going to be about right. I'm going to go ahead and bind those butts down. I don't want them standing all up there, and I don't want them loose. Make sure you get your tying thread all the way back to the rear. And now I'm going to tie in a piece of gray poly. You could dub this gray. You could do with it whatever you wanted for body, but this is the way it seems to work best for me. Go ahead and get that poly on there. When you're tying with poly, poly is a very water resistant material unless you pull it too tight. If you pull it too tight, it takes all the air cells out of it and it won't float nearly as well as you would like it to. So you got to hit a happy medium with it. I'll go ahead and get that tied down. Clip off that excess. Grab the deer. And of course it won't all come up at once. I'll go ahead and cinch this down. And then I'm going to get some more over here that's straggling. And if you miss it when you're all done with the fly, just go in and clip it off. Now there it is at the front. I have a little deer hair hump there, which will also help that fly float. Now stand all those deer hair tips up, wrap in front of them. I'm going to make a little whip finish right here in front of those wings. Here's something that I really strongly recommend. When you cut your tying thread off, don't put your scissors in and go snip. That'll leave a little tag of black thread or whatever color thread. Just put one blade against the scissor and pull. It'll pop right off and it will not leave any excess out there. That'll represent a chironomid as it hatches. Excellent fly, excellent fly. Better in lakes, of course, than stream, but it does work very well. And there's a Lady McConnell.